And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo, and we got Papi Chulo here, and we got Dundee as well. He wanted to join in. He's getting so excited for Christmas, huh?
Yeah.
I want to thank you for joining us. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net, and we have actually 2 soaps on sale for the month of December, 25% off. It's 2 of our new scent of fragrances, rosemary mint and bergamot grapefruit. So you get 25% off either one of those soaps as well as other sale items. So swing on by, check that out. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. Probably got a quick podcast here. Our list of segments is short.
Sleepy. He's letting me do things too. I know.
He says he's been out playing.
This week's segments include farm happenings, in the coop, squeal like a pig, and roundup.
All right. So farm happenings. Is that me or is that you? Who's going to start off on the farm happenings?
It's been shopping and wrapping gifts and baking cookies and yep. The rest is you.
Well, Jimmy's been asking since for a long time now that
over a year.
Well, since they announced the Star Wars Episode 7 coming out, he wanted to go and see that like midnight showing, and we told him no. But that this Friday, is the release day, and so I pre-ordered tickets for the first showing, and we went and saw it. It was actually, I wasn't sure how it was going to be. I know some of the in terms of the crowd, I was more concerned about the crowd than anything, and because I saw our theater has a couple different versions you can see. You can see the IMAX 3D. You can see like another version of the 3D, or you can see the regular. And I said, well, Jimmy, which one do you want to go to, And he said, no, just the regular's fine. So we pre-ordered our tickets because I saw that the IMAX ones were selling out. And so I got those about a week early. Went by like during the week to pick up the tickets. I thought, I don't want to get in line, everybody waiting. But Friday rolls around and I get Jimmy up. I'm like, what time do you want to leave? And so we decided we're going to get there about an hour early just so that we get good seats and all that other stuff. And so we head over there, get to the parking lot, and there's a lot of cars there. We've been to other movies on the Friday openers, and it's not, this is Lancaster. We don't get the big crowds, But the parking lot was pretty packed. I was probably kind of surprised. So we got our parking, but I didn't see any lines out the side. I'm like, oh, that's kind of unusual. I'm like, I could have we walked right past the ticket booth. There was like nobody in line. I'm like,
because you said you actually saw people the night you stopped there camping.
Yeah, Wednesday night when I picked up the tickets, there was actually people camped out in front of the movie theater. And here it's 27 degrees is the low. This is a cold night. I'm like, this isn't Black Friday sales. I'm like, what are you waiting for? You could pre-order your tickets online, But I don't know if they were waiting in line because on Thursday they had a special where they were playing all 7 movies in a row. So they were playing episode 1 through episode 7 all in sequence. I'm not sure if they were playing them in sequence in which they were released or in sequence in terms of the episode, the way they were structured. But I'm thinking maybe they were camped out for that. I don't know. I didn't see where you could pre-order for that thing, but I wasn't looking that hard because I was only interested in going on Friday morning. And so we got to the theater, and really nobody in line for tickets, which was kind of surprising because normally they open up at like 9:45, but they had release showings that started at 9. So we got there about 8:45. I was thinking we're going to be waiting outside because we've done that before where we go to the first release. They don't have the doors open. You got to wait for the ticket people to get in there and stuff. But we showed up about 8:45 and walked right in. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'll ask someone. I said, well, we got tickets for the 9:45 showing or 9:50, whatever it was. And they go, oh, well, we're already seating people. So we just went right in, found ourselves seats. front, or actually about, mid-level center, the perfect spot. And got set up, for the movies, and then we had to wait. Perfect time for selfies in the theater, because Don had requested the selfies, of course. And anyway, so we basically saw the movie. I don't want to give too much away for those that haven't seen it, but it is definitely worth going to watch, because it is much more in line with the first 3 movies that were released. I really didn't care for the episode 1 through 3 movies. I really didn't like the series the way they did that, but this one definitely was well written, and the action and whatnot. J.J. Abrams did a good job of directing it. So those of you that are haven't seen it yet, definitely worth going to see. I know there was a lot of positive reviews. I tried to limit how much I read about it, just because I didn't want to get too much, in the way of spoilers, or, I didn't want to come in preloaded with thoughts. I'm like, okay, I keep my mind clear, my Jedi mind clear, focused. And anyways, but no, it was definitely well written. They tied in stuff to the old movies really well. They brought it all together, and definitely well done. So if you're on the fence about going to see, definitely it's one that is worth seeing in the theater. Jimmy's ready to go again. He's like, when are we going to go? Because Dawn didn't go with us. She stayed back in the trenches wrapping up gifts.
I didn't want to stand in line or have somebody sitting on me, or...
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I was expecting them, they were saying, they were expecting these to sell out. So the theater was crowded, but it wasn't every seat taken. So there was a space between me and the guy next to me. There was a space between me and Jimmy, a space between Jimmy and the guy next to him. So it was kind of spread out. It was comfortable.
He didn't sit next to you?
No, because we fight for the armrest. And so, yeah, well, we got there. We had enough time. I thought, well, if anything, one of us will scooch over and stuff. But yeah, Jimmy's likes to spread out, and I do too. And there's only one armrest. You've been to the movie theaters. There's one armrest. It's like, who gets it? And so we were there early enough. I'm like, we'll just spread out, and I put my jacket in the center, and So yeah, we had enough elbow room, and it was quite comfortable, and nobody eating popcorn in Dawn's lap because she wasn't there. I'm sure they would have showed up if she came. Everybody was quiet. I was surprised. I was expecting more like cheering and stuff at some of the times, but
You got the dead crowd.
Well, yeah, we got the quiet crowd enjoying the movie. So, yeah. Anyways, it was definitely good. Jimmy enjoyed it. Like I said, he's ready to go see that again, and we got to talk Dawn into that if she wants to go see it. Give it some time. Let it ease out. I am curious about going to IMAX. I don't know what if the screen is larger. I've never actually been to an IMAX movie, so it's kind of like me and HD TV. It's like, if you don't know, then you don't miss it when you don't have it. And Blu-rays. So we just started buying Blu-rays because we got a Blu-ray player here recently because our DVD player died. I guess it's been 6-9 months. It's been a while, but we started buying Blu-rays. But Blu-rays on our TV look like DVDs. So it's like, now we got to upgrade the TV so we really see that. But in time. So anyways, but yeah, definitely worth going to see. So like I said, I'm not going to break any, spoil anything for you.
You
but
keep talking, you will.
No, I won't. It definitely is a worthwhile movie to go see. So anyways.
Even to see it again. Huh?
Yeah, I would go see it again if we could talk in and go into it. I think you would have enjoyed it. You would have enjoyed it just... Even if there weren't other movies involved, I mean, you got all the backstory from the other ones. It stands on its own. So it doesn't rely on a lot of other stuff because they bring in all the stuff from the past really well. It works out okay. So definitely good.
Someone is sacked out.
He and Dundee were outside playing for quite a while here a little bit ago. And so he's like, nap time. So were you going to talk about your shopping, gift wrapping, baking, anything like that? Christmas pictures?
We can mention Christmas pictures.
We did Christmas pictures.
Yeah,
finally. Yeah, we're going to be late on our Christmas cards, but yeah, finally got around to shooting the Christmas pictures and whatnot, because every year we do a picture card, and so we need the photographer to get off his lazy butt and get in there and take the picture. So got that all done and cards printed, and those will be going out in the mail here this coming week.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was fun. With Jimmy actually was the one choosing a lot of the pictures and the card and stuff. He's really hasn't showed a whole lot of interest in what we did until this year. So
yeah, it was kind of odd.
I'm like, okay,
well,
have
that
at
and
it.
just being Mr. Photogenic, Mr.
Yeah,
Model.
he was actually having fun with it,
Yeah.
and we do it with the animals, so he was.
Yeah, there's always bloopers.
Oh, there's a lot of bloopers, and some of them that you were chuckling about wouldn't make it in the card, but because we did a collage of a variety of pictures. So, but anyways, I think that's it for the farm happenings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that sums up our week in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty quick.
So, in the coop.
In the coop, I have my.
You have your dog in your lap sleeping.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
want
trying
me
to
to?
move his head.
Do you want me to hold him? You got him.
I got him.
Yeah, okay.
So I have my Scrappy Happy Blanket number 2, and this is called Memory Blanket on Ravelry by Georgie Hallam.
So this will be interesting. Our camera's a little further away than usual because
it's the same stuff that I've shown you, so it'll all be linked. Our show notes are in Ravelry and on the Blogspot page, so if you ever need to know what the pattern is, it's always linked there every single week.
It looks like that.
Yeah, because I thought, you're not going to, I can't even see myself, so.
Yeah, we might fix that next week. We just have to rearrange furniture because of our Christmas
decorations.
You
were sitting in our living room, because you're our guest.
See, the camera's got zoom. You're zoomed into us, but unfortunately, I don't know how well that would work.
Yeah.
So.
So we're actually in the dining room, which is the Wolf Farm room.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if you wanted to know.
Yeah. And now you know
now
about
you know.
Farmer's Almanac.
I have no idea what I'm even talking about now.
You're talking about your scrappy...
yeah, because this is my second one I've done. And the first one I did the original Shilly King pattern, which was the one and only that was on Ravelry for the longest time. Mm-hmm. So I did 7 squares. There's 2 up here. Yeah, 1, 2. Then there's 2 here. And then there's 2 here. How can that be 7? I must. Oh, there's that one right there.
The corner.
Yeah, the corner. So, yep.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Coming right along.
It's really fun. I love doing these, so.
Yeah, it's like your little dose of knitting before you get the day underway.
Yeah.
When you don't want to delve into your bigger projects. That's nighttime knitting.
Yeah. So it's in my Stitch by Sasha bag. So I have a bunch of minis raring to go in that. And then I like having my little Hiya puppy snips, or is these the kitties? Is that puppy or kitty?
Yeah, it looks like a kitty.
Kitty. My kitty snips. Well, that's even more perfect because of Sasha Kitty. So yeah, I always have a pair close by because you got all the little ends, and I love these things. Hiya. There we go. The sponsor of the podcast. Not really. It's really not. They should be. Because for 5 years now we've mentioned Hiya. That's because that's the knitting needles we prefer and use.
Yeah.
So then I did a lot of a little bit here and a little bit there. So I almost wasn't even going to show this because it's like, another inch. This is the September Morn by Thea Coman. It's a sweater pattern pullover. And this is done with Barocco Remix.
Good stuff.
And so, yep, an inch.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's creeping along. And it's not like I don't love working on it. I just keep getting sidetracked with other things and Christmas things. And so it's like, so that I'm on the bottom. So there's the arm separation and the neck.
The neck, arms.
Yeah.
Hanging them by the toes.
Yep. So it's heavy.
It'll be good when you
it's a snuggle.
get it done and keep you nice and warm.
So I should just get that done because we've been having freezing weather.
Oh, it's just cold.
Down in the 20s, that's more than
We're
nibbly.
spoiled. We're spoiled Californians.
So then I worked a little bit on my Snowy Tempest. Somebody's fallen between my leg. Snowy Tempest, and that's by Angelia Magera. I don't even have that up over here. Where'd you go, Angel? That's weird.
Well, you're not showing it anyways. So
Yeah, I'm not showing it anyways. It's a weird. It's a pattern. It's a shawl pattern. It's a shawl pattern in a series. That's the word I was wanting. She has 6 shawls in the series. And I'm using the Show Me yarn. Show me the yarn.
I like the colors in that skein.
Yes. You should be getting you should have 2 projects instead of just one that you're not working on, huh?
I should, yeah.
This is in the boot heel base. Spook light. It is so pretty. So, and I only did like an inch on this because you'll see because I got distracted. So just a wee bit, little bit more. This is so gorgeous. And this yarn is so yummy to knit with. I mean, it is just so soft and I dreamt about it the other night. I must have looked at their Etsy shop because I was like seeing all the colors and it's really bizarre.
Knitting nightmares, huh? Oh wait, no, that's a knitter's.
No, that's Sadie's yarn, huh? See, I guess I should be.
See, this Christmas is coming, and you got visions of sugar plum sugar plum dyed yarn, right?
So that's in my Sew For You Snoopy bag. I think you gave me your fuzz from your eye.
No, yeah.
Because it's like, or a dog hair.
Something.
Yeah.
Maybe your antlers are shedding. Huh?
Yeah. So then I had watched Suburban Stitcher's podcast, and if you want to be enabled for shawls, that is the podcast to watch because she knits lots of shawls, and my cue grows when I do watch. So sometimes I'll just stick her in my ear and not even look because it's like her colors. You know, she does mauves and stuff. It's like, it's like she'll get you. And she'll grab you. She's DBB. Sounded so funny to say that. DBB Stitch on Ravelry. It's her Ravelry name. And I'd seen on her Instagram where she started this shawl. It's the Advent Calendar shawl. What's the gal's name? Anna Dalvey is how I would say her name. She's got a whole different name on Instagram, and I can't remember what it is. And it's a paid-for pattern, and it's an Advent shawl, so you get a piece every day leading up to Christmas. And I'm like, I got enough going on. I shouldn't cast on nothing. And so then I'm seeing Diane's Instagram, and I'm like, ooh.
Watch it grow and watch it grow.
And I'm liking that, because it's mystery. And I'm like, that is cool. And, you know, each section she did, it was like, And finally the other day, I'm like, I can't stop thinking of this darn shawl. You know, and it's like
she was hemming and hawing for
quite
a while about, should I? I'm so far behind. I got other knitting to do. Should I? But I like it so much. She finally broke down.
The yarn was already wound. The yarn, you know, one of them's even called Figgy Pudding. So how can you not do a Christmas shawl in figgy?
Because it's
with the figgy pudding.
two-tone.
It's a two-tone. Yeah, and you know me that I don't normally do the two-tone. Got crap in my eye. I just keep seeing it. It's like,
Fuzzes in the air. I had to go wash my eye out before we got started.
Was it your left?
Yep.
See, you just totally transferred. I keep seeing it go right over my pupil too.
Probably hanging from your eyelash.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Can you pluck it out for us?
So, in my Art and Stitch tote bag, because it's Christmassy, and I just... So, I got the yarn. Of course, my size 7 Hiya-Hiyas were in use on my sweater, so I had to get out the knit picks. But, oh, you want to see the yarn first?
Yeah, show the yarn.
Let's do the yarn.
Show your two tones.
Yeah. So, the Figgy Pudding is actually Chameleon Colorworks, Dye Works, and Fiber Studio. Not that you're going to see that. In the Figgy Pudding colorway. And then I grabbed out Knit Picks, Gloss, Merino Wool, Silk, and the Serengeti. It's a stitch marker. So in that.
Yeah.
So I am on day 7. And so, yeah. It is so, at first I was like, oh, I don't know if that's contrasty enough, but
Looks good.
I am really loving it. And I love these little picot edging on it. Little bobbles.
The little nubbies.
Nubbies. Yeah.
That's what we call Dundee's tail.
Yeah,
The nubby.
nubbin. So, yeah, it is so pretty. Some of it I have carried up the side, and I'd be interested, because she doesn't mention it in the pattern if you're supposed to, but some of it is so wide that I didn't like seeing that colored up the side.
Oh.
I'm really, I get super nitpicky when I do any kind of color work, so I am like snipping and weaving in ends. Because
I get you.
yeah, I know I enabled Trisha, TG Knits. She started this with me. We're ahead of next year.
Yeah,
this is our advent calendar shawl for next year. So it doesn't stress us out.
You're not midnight knitting trying to catch up. Huh?
No. So I'd be interested to know if how her and Diane are handling the color changes. So, but yeah, I snip when there's these larger sections, because I'm like, that's going to bug me seeing that color going up the side.
You can't.
I'm sure when it's around your neck, you're not going to see it. I know it's there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, this is super, super fun. Ooh. So, yeah, I love them little bobbles on the end. The picot edging. I know what it's called, but they look like little bowls.
Bobbles.
Bubbles. You know. Just leave it at that. So, yeah, that's really fun. It's really fun. Aw.
What?
You forgot your potato thing.
Oh. Why are you bringing that up?
Because I was going to say, oh, that's Wong. And then we would have to explain why I say Wong instead of that's wrong.
It's the Wong potatoes?
It's a Wong potatoes. It's the name of the potatoes.
I got a pack of potatoes, and the name on the tag was Wong potatoes. And I said, oh, honey, I got the Wong potatoes at the store. It's a little joke.
See, we are easily humored.
I apologize if that offends you, but it just sounded funny because she came running. She's like, "What do you mean?"
Why would that be offending?
I don't know. It's because it's the Wong potatoes.
Well, if that offends them, they need to pull the stick out of their butt.
So yeah, a little humor. I mean, it's not. It just came across funny. Because you came running, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, because I was having you get the Christmas stuff, because I'm doing the full Christmas meal too, you know. And I'm like, what do you mean you got the right potatoes?
Yeah, so little Christmas humor there for you.
Yeah. Oh. That's kind of like the ha ha ha.
We crack ourselves up.
We quack ourselves up. See, it's just going downhill from here.
All right, let's rescue this show.
Now I'm choking you.
Yeah.
Choking the duck.
All right.
Where are we at?
We're just squeal like a pig.
No, I am not even done.
Oh, you're not done yet?
I haven't spun too much.
I'm on
That's
the
why
Wong
I'm
episode.
You're on the
Wong segment. All right.
So I didn't do too much spinning, so I'm not even going to show it. I'm I was going to say I'm treadling, but of course you're treadling when you're spinning. What's that?
You're spinning. You're plying.
Plying. Thank you. I heard you. I heard you.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. So
Garter stitch.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered it. So this is Julie Spins on Etsy.com, and it's Falkland comb top in the red koala. And so I'm two-plying it, and so probably next week. Maybe not. This is going to be one.
It's a holiday week.
Holiday week. So
yeah.
it's. See, I can tell you right now, farm happenings for next week. It's clean, clean, cook,
eat. Presents, family,
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Candlelight service at church, and yeah.
The works.
Yeah. So there's your next week's episode. So you know knit. You know knit.
No, I didn't knit anything. No. I looked at the bag. I even pulled it over to the couch at night, and then I had other things going on.
Yeah.
It was a busy week. Holiday preparations and all sorts of good stuff, but not knitting. That'll be more on my vacation when I'm just lounging around, eating bonbons, watching TV,
yeah,
all that good
what's
stuff.
What's going to happen there?
Yeah. I've got my work cut out for me on my time off, because I'll be off from Christmas to New Year's, so I'll be taking care of. See, I get a year's worth of honeydews that I got a week to do, and so
but all those just got wiped out with what you're going to be doing.
Oh yeah, I'll be working on the car again. So
yeah.
Not that you guys need to know, but yeah, I'll be working on the car next week, redoing what I did 6 months ago. So
yeah, the whole engine.
Yeah, better to change it now than later.
Well, it should go quicker this time, though.
Yeah, I'm an expert now.
Just whoop that.
Okay, now that you brought it up, next. I changed the engine in our Xterra here 6 months ago, roughly 6 months ago.
5 months.
5 months ago, and it just this last, I guess, 4 weeks ago, developed a ticking sound, which is indicative of a bad hydraulic lifter in the engine, and that's a part that you would need to tear the head off to repair. But the engine's got it's got a 6 month warranty, and so I'm within the warranty period, and I'd rather just change out the whole engine than to try and repair that part, because I don't know if there's other issues with it. So I'm going to get a new engine, and we're going to give him back the old one, but I'm going to do that all over my Christmas vacation. So yeah. So yeah, I got to redo that. But like I said, Jimmy's going to be driving this around. I want to make sure he's got a car that's not going to break down on him. And the lifter is not bad now, but it's a sign that it could lead to other things down the road. And that would be after warranty, which means I would have to, if something happened, pay for all the work myself. So I'd rather just have them replace the whole engine and swap that out. It's a little more effort than like the quick fix of just fixing the one issue, but it'll save us, I think, in the long run. So little snippet of my next week's dealing. So by this time, when we're podcasting next week, should hopefully have the engine out of the vehicle. So we'll see. Might be eating bonbons, watching TV, and knitting. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
So, squeal like a pig. I got a package in the mail this week from Dancing Dog Dye Works, Michelle. And an adorable card. I had to show you this. Look at those cute little doggies. She always finds the cutest cards for things. Mm-hmm. And then it's an organic peppermint lavender sachet, which smells heavenly. I think it's got cute little doggies on it. And then a little bag of teas. So, yeah. So now I can open them and have them. So that was really sweet.
Thanks,
and
Michelle.
Michelle's awesome. And, from watching us, that we love Dancing Dog Dye Works yarn. In fact, Poppy's sweater he's wearing right now is the waltz worsted base and the cherry something color. Yes, my brain does work. So yeah, I think his next one will be the Dancing Dog Dye Works that stripes.
Yeah, see, Dawn was telling me, I'm not going to use any of the cheap yarn anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's because you have to handle him.
Because this is so soft and
Yeah.
cuddly on him. Because
And he's a snuggler, so he's always up against
Yeah.
us when he's, as you can tell, when he's laying down. So,
yeah.
but yeah, no. But I know Michelle's got good yarns because I've knit with her stuff,
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. So if
And
you get a
made
chance,
a couple hats and lots out of it.
yeah, if you get a chance, if she's having an update, go check it out because she's a good, awesome dyer.
Mm-hmm. And the yarns never ever bleed.
Yeah.
Because she uses vibrant, bold colors. They're always fabulous.
Yeah.
And never do they bleed because I am
Yeah.
picky about that. So
Yeah. And
how she doesn't? I mean, because she uses the real strong colors, black and reds, and those are common ones to have bleeding, and it's like
yeah, they hold up.
yeah,
Good stuff.
and
Otherwise, we'd have a red dog.
yeah, yeah, because it rained and yeah.
So if you're knitting a dog sweater, get Michelle's stuff, the
Yeah.
dancing dog, because then you don't want the dog to look like the sweater.
Yeah, and then your dog will dance and be happy.
Or Poppy like ours.
Yeah, he pops. So round up, we have our holiday hatchinette
Mm-hmm.
and have wonderful prizes from Wolf Farm Yarn
Get a
Bowl,
little mini yarn bowl there, or some
hand spun
get some
from TG
donated
Knits,
yarns and some
Show Me Yarn, the Midway colors. So
some patterns.
yep, and
donated.
patterns from Mailtrans Designs. So lots of good stuff.
Yeah,
And don't forget the Show Me Yarn coupon code, which is Wolf Farms 10, and that's to the 31st. So when you get your Christmas money,
yeah, you can do some shopping.
do some shopping. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the holiday hatchinette is where you put in anything you finished knitting. Doesn't matter when you started it, but if you finished it up, just put the picture into the thread, and then we'll do a random drawing for the prizes and stuff once January rolls around, because it's good until the end of this month. So you've got a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, time it's coming. It's getting close.
Yep.
So
traditionally we've usually had Santa up here
Yeah.
on, but Santa really didn't. He's so busy, he's getting ready to, deliver the gifts.
Santa. I'm being an elf this year instead. So, but,
Just things went through my head just then. It's like
but traditionally,
every year since we've started, we read this poem, and so we thought we'd go ahead because I was like, oh no, they're probably sick of it, but we do have new listeners, so thought, what the hey? So if you heard it, don't want to hear it,
just
see you now. So.
see you next week.
But otherwise, you can suffer through this, so make sure it's all okay.
You're reading the right page in the right order.
Yeah, or it's gonna. Well, see, I know the original poem by heart because we had to memorize it in like 2nd, 3rd grade. So I have to look at this to make sure. Otherwise, I'm going to go off.
You're gonna get
because the long-term memory, works. It's the short-term memory that just sucks. So,
All right.
and at least the font's big because I didn't think to bring the glasses over. So, 'twas the night before Christmas, and all around me was unfinished knitting not under the tree. The stockings weren't hung by the chimney with care, 'cause the heels and the toes had not a stitch there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, but I had not finished the caps for their heads. Dad was asleep. He was no help at all. The knitting's just sitting by him, on the couch there. And the sweater for him was 6 inches too small. Yes, I'm ad-libbing. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I put down my needles to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tripped over my yarn, and fell with a crash. The tangle of yarn that lay deep as the snow reminded me how much I still had to go. Out on the lawn I heard such a noise, I thought it would wake both Dad and the boys. And although I was tired, my brain a bit thick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. What I heard then left me somewhat perplexed, for not a name I heard was what I expect. Move Ashford, move Lopi, move Addie and Clover, move Reynolds, move Starmore, and Noro, move over. Peyton, don't circle around, stay in the line. Come now, you sheep, you'll work out just fine. I know this is hard, being just your first year. I hate to go back to 8 tiny reindeer. I peered over the seal. What I saw was amazing. 8 woolly sheep on my lawn, all a-grazing. Then in a twinkle I heard at my door, Santa's coming across the porch floor. I rose from my knees and got back to my feet, and as I turned around, Saint Nick did I meet. He was dressed all in wool from his head to his toes, and his clothes were hand-knit from above to below. A bright fair isle sweater he wore on his back, and his toys were all stuffed in an Aran knit sack. His cap was a wonder of bottles and lace, a beautiful frame for his rosy red face. See, we have cats, not sheep. The scarf around his neck could have stretched for a mile, and the socks peeking over his boots were argyle. The backs of his mittens bore an intricate cable, and suddenly on one I spied a small label. SC was the duplicate stitch on the cuff, and I asked, "Hey Nick, did you knit all this stuff?" He proudly replied, "Ho, ho, ho, yes I did. I learned how to knit when I was just a kid." He was chubby and plump, a quite well-dressed old man, and I laughed to myself, for I thought of a plan. I flashed him a grin and jumped in the air. The next thing he knew, he was tied to a chair. He spoke not a word, but looked in his lap, where I'd laid my needles and a yarn for a cap. He quickly began knitting, first 1 cap, then 2. For the first time I thought I might really get through. He put heels on the stockings and toes on some socks, while I sat back drinking scotch on the rocks. So quickly, like magic, his needles they flew, that he was all finished by 1:45. He sprang for his sleigh when I let him go free, and over his shoulder he looked back at me, and I heard him exclaim as he sailed past the moon, "Next year start your knitting, sometime around June."
Yay.
He's like, I don't know if that even came up on the sound,
No.
but
Poppy, yeah.
Poppy, yeah.
All the animals came drawing near when you were doing your poem.
I
so-
know.
The magic poem. All right.
So I think that's about it.
All right. Well, we want to wish everyone a a Merry Christmas. We're not to New Year's yet, but want to wish you all safe journeys and good times with your family, and hope that Santa's all good to you. But I think that about does it for this podcast. So
Sure does. So until next time.
let's get cracking and hatch it.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.